back, Storytellers. This is Joseph Faulkner. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the film Spiderhead, the latest Netflix movie that has dropped this past weekend, and that stars Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller, directed by Joseph Kosinski, which is about two inmates making connection on this state-of-the-art penitentiary as they're grappling with their past, run by this brilliant visionary scientist that is using drugs to control the different patients and test different experiments. Let me know down in the comments below if you have seen this movie, and if you haven't, let me know if this review helps encourage or discourage you from if you are interested in ending up checking this out on Netflix. But starting with the positive, overall this is a fun little vibe of a movie that explains science in such a technical way that becomes interesting. Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller take the star shining with their roles and with their respective roles in where they're placed in. I'm not going to explain too much on what the antagonist of this film is, but overall, with their roles they have together, it just really crafts such excellent acting with them. Some of the side roles are a little bit off and mediocre with their acting, but I just thought really well, Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller really carried the film, especially as the leads, trying to be who they are, and then the connection Miles Teller's character Jeff has with this other girl is just really working to its own means, and just the way they use the drugs and the technical thing, it's a little bit more adult, more mature sort of film that may not be for younger kids, but overall, with what they do with them, how it diagnoses different diseases and what they're all going for as the ultimate head of the company is running these tests and trying to figure out how to make each test successful and making sure that they are successful in order to sell it, in order to make a difference, because it's showing what he is passionate about. And overall, this film has a vibe of Ex Machina that I definitely encourage, if you haven't watched already, that is one of my favorite films. And this has some of those same sort of elements that you can kind of appreciate from the science fiction side of things, with the drama and the thrilling side, which this may have a little bit less on the higher notes, but what it does well, it does pretty well for what I'm going for, especially with the performances and just the history and past of certain characters, the inmates, as you're learning more about their stories and where they're coming from. And well, it just has a really good way of unraveling the spool of their lives and explaining more for you to care about them just a bit more as the story goes along. But just going into some of the mixed elements, some of the story can go a little bit slow at times, and as you're starting off this film, it does take a little while for you to understand why should we attach to these characters, why should we love them, and while the performances of Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller are really good, some of the other side characters don't really come in at the same time with the same amount of energy that those who have. They're not as powerful characters enough to carry them as much. Besides, with some of the fallout in the movie, they aren't really always essential, besides to be these other characters that are other inmates getting tested on, that you're not necessarily exploring as much of a backstory as you are with their main inmates we're getting with. And so, all in all, my rating has to be an 8 out of 10 on Spiderhead. Let me know down in the comments below if you have watched Spiderhead, what your thoughts are on it. Seems like a mixed bag in some of the reviews, but let me know. I'd love to hear your discussion down in the comments below so we can talk about it. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.